Evil prevails when good men and women do nothing. I want to inspire people to engage. It's such an honor. I can't believe I'm even standing here today.
We can't.
We haven't told the client yet.
What happened?
Basically, we're settling the case. They're granting the modification, and these folks are going to keep their home, thanks to the efforts of Jeff Jarrett.
And you worked on it?
A little bit.
I did a little too.
Yeah, we all did. It's team effort.
That's right.
All right. Now I get to go call the client.
But in any event, you know, the Republican Party is the party of Lincoln. And Michelle Darnell stands for the party in the context of Abraham Lincoln. We don't need any more corporate lawyers in Olympia. And you folks clearly need to make sure that Michelle Darnell wins, because you will be helping not only your own district, but the state of Washington.
All right.
And so, fortunately, we have somebody here within the 48 who has the ability to know what's happening in the 48. She's got her finger on the pulse. She knocks on a lot of doors. And that person's always welcoming with a smile and is always willing to help out wherever she can. And to introduce Michelle Darnell, we're going to have the 48 chair of the GOP, and that's Cynthia Cole. So Cynthia Cole, you come on.
We've got a wonderful person we'd like to see do great things for the state of Washington and for the 48th District specifically. Thank you for bringing us together to help support our campaign. And we just ask your blessing on all that we do and all that is said here tonight.
Doubt that we have the ability and the technology to come up with solutions for our problems, but we have to think outside the box. For example, we have to identify models that are working. I'd like to, on the point of education, I find it very interesting that there's an article about Toppenish. I would encourage anybody to go online and take a look at this. This is the kind of thinking that we need in Olympia. You know, there's this idea that our economy is where it is because we've got lazy, deadbeat homeowners and Americans. I don't believe that for one second. Not a second. I don't believe that our kids can't learn. I don't believe that millennials want to party. I would hope to change the conversation in Olympia. We cannot continue to base policy on inaccurate assumptions. And it goes both ways. There's some inaccurate assumptions we have about our leaders. We do have some good leaders, and it does nothing to help us solve our real problems to continue to think this way. That sort of that sort of thinking actually just keeps us divided as a people, and divided as a people we're weak. You know, we need to unite. I would work to inspire confidence as I facilitate discussion that unites all parties. You know, I don't care what your race is, your religion. I don't care your hair color, your eye color. I don't care about those sort of things right now. When the house is burning down, we've got to stop arguing about the color of the flowers in the front yard. We've got to stop drinking the red Kool-Aid and the blue Kool-Aid. You know, not to say that, labels don't serve some sort of a purpose, but we can't have the labels cut off the communication. Yes. I had an interesting discussion with Eli Sanders of the Stranger the other day. This guy's as left-leaning as you can get. I had a conversation with him, and when we were done, he was like, we agree on more than we disagree on. That was my point. We have got to unite as people, working class, middle class, stop with the labels and get around the table and have a conversation. For crying out loud, if I can have the bank on one side and a homeowner on the other and they both want a free house, and by the end, we come to some sort of agreement, I think I can go to Olympia and get some folks to talk and come up with some solutions.
Now, no one in Olympia is talking about foreclosures. This is going to set Michelle apart from other candidates. And, you know, it's a problem in our state and no one's addressing it. And wouldn't you like to see someone who has the skills in mediation that Michelle has?
Come to my website. We will be doing a series of videos on this subject, and with the idea that I want to create awareness, educate people, and because that's the first step towards real solutions. I think that if Americans and Washingtonians really knew what was going on with this issue, we would get some real solutions moving forward. I should also mention that, you know, the 48th sort of enjoys a little bit different environment, although I will say when I talk to realtors and we have a client actually in Kirkland, they're still suffering somewhat. And you have the retirement community, their investments were sort of gutted as a consequence of all this. So whether you're in foreclosure or not, you really should be concerned about this issue, and we need to be putting some pressure on Olympia to do something. And that's one of the reasons.
You know, Michelle, she's sort of bilingual. She can speak the language of the right, the language of responsibility and accountability. She can also, she's fluent in the language of the left, of compassion and empathy.
I consider myself to be what Jeff has coined as sort of a port city Republican, in that I am socially tolerant and fiscally conservative. So that's kind of what he was alluding to when he mentions that I'm sort of bilingual. Because of my work, I've always been a Republican. Frankly, back when Newt Gingrich told everybody to take a bath and get a job, I almost stepped away, you know, but, and I just don't think that kind of sentiment is doing very well for us. But my work in foreclosures and the experiences I've had in my own family have caused me to, and then I'm sort of naturally an empath, but the two things together have sort of caused me to be what I would call a Port City Republican. And if people like me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. So,